Live from Freeport, Grand Bahama, this is Newsnight 13 at 6:30.
You're watching Newsnight 13 for this Thursday, December 6, 2012. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena. Well, as always, it's great to have you with us. Topping news for the island of Grand Bahama, a major investment by the Hutchinson-Whampoa Group was officially opened. This commissioning ceremony, coming after Hurricane Sandy, forced the postponement of its official opening in November. Now, officials hope that this opening of the new facility will signal the beginning of an economic renaissance. For Grand Bahama, Joan Davis-Rolle reports.
The new fixed-base operation facility near the Freeport International Airport is an investment of just over $2 million, and officials hope that it will not only become a hub for jet setters, but also help to re-establish the island of Grand Bahama as a playground for the rich and famous. The guest speaker at the official opening ceremony for the facility, which was started back in March of 2011, was the Minister for Tourism, the Honorable Obi Wilshcom. Minister Wilshcom stated that this event marks the dawn of a new day for the tourism and aviation industries on Grand Bahama.
This is a major step. This is significant because it's been a long time since we've had a real fixed base operation in this city. When you have it in the capital city, you have it in Abaco, and some other places in the Bahamas are also developing. This fixed base will attract many more visitors to our country, many more visitors to this Grand Bahama Island. And of course, we're hoping that the general aviation numbers will continue to climb.
Minister Wilshcom also announced that this opening coincides with sweeping changes set to occur within the Ministry of Tourism.
In about 2 weeks, you will hear the changes. You will hear how we intend to focus very heavily on more money being spent in marketing this island. You'll hear about the efforts being made to go after the tour business, to go after the group business, to ensure that we're working again with travel agencies. You all know that we're working very hard with the film industry to lift that up again. And we are in negotiations now with major airlines to get our airlift numbers back in Grand Bahama.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, along with Minister of State for Aviation, the Honorable Hope Strawn, both agree that the event is indeed historic, as it is designed to help propel a lucrative market.
It is my understanding that this state-of-the-art facility will house the Bahamas Immigration, the Bahamas Customs, the Royal Bahamas Police Force, as well as house the administrative offices of the airport company, a business center, the meteorological center, and a beautiful pilot lounge with numerous amenities, including a food and beverage outlet. Stakeholders, this administration commend you on the construction of this 8,000 square foot complex, which I am certain will become the aviation jewel in the Northern Bahamas and undoubtedly brighten the future of private aviation here on Grand Bahama.
There is no doubt in our minds that your fixed base operation will become one of the envy of the region. And so again, I congratulate you, and the Ministry of Transport stands poised to assist wherever we can.
Chief Operations Officer for Hutchinson-Whampoa's group of company, Godfrey Smith, noted that this major investment is indicative of this island's new direction.
This facility is clearly one of the ways that we are actually trying to revitalize our economy here on Grand Bahama. Not enough general aviation aircraft movement is happening, but we do about 12,000 annual general aviation moves. There's nothing but here on Grand Bahama that is, but it's nothing but a tip of the iceberg. We believe that there's quite a bit of opportunity to expand that, and hence our emphasis on putting this facility together.
Officials hope that this $2 million FBO facility will not only be the catalyst needed to attract more high-end business to Grand Bahama, but help put Grand Bahama on the road to economic recovery. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Joan Davis-Rolle.
Thank you, Joan. Well, a press conference was held earlier today in New Providence on the oil spill that occurred Monday 12 miles offshore on Grand Bahama. Now, officials can now say that about 8 metric tons or 3,000 gallons of heavy fuel oil leaked from the Mediterranean shipping company container vessel, the Eugenia, in accordance to international guidelines, would make it a Tier 1 spill, the lowest category. There was much concern about the environment's impact to the south side of Grand Bahama and it is understood that the MSC Eugenia container ship is now confined to a boomed area at the Freeport Container Port. Now, officials are still trying to find out how the vessel sustained the damage that led to the leak in the first place. Transport and Aviation Minister Glennis Hannah-Martin says, though to date 2 aerial assessments have been conducted, an aerial assessment Tuesday confirmed that the oil sheen is no longer pronounced. Minister Hannah-Martin further pointed out that the responsibility for meeting the cost of dealing with population and for meeting the claims of damages rests with the ship's owner. Now, in other news, police officials were called to investigate an armed robbery in the Port Lakaya marketplace. Now, according to those reports, they received information that a male employee of a cruise ship was approached by 2 males, both described as dark-skinned, slim-built, 6 feet tall, wearing dark glasses. According to the victim, one of the men held a sharp object to his right side, while the other robbed him of his gray Puma laptop computer valued at $714. Police say one male was also described as wearing a striped shirt with a low haircut and a Bahamian accent. Now, after robbing the cruise ship employee, police say both males entered a white 4-door vehicle with 2 other occupants and fled the area. Police are aggressively investigating this matter. Also, one man is behind bars now after police officials discovered firearm and drugs in his vehicle on Wednesday night. According to reports, around 10 p.m., officers from the Drug Enforcement Unit went to an establishment on Kings Road and searched a black 2004 Dodge Ram. Police say they discovered a black plastic bag which contained a Tech 9mm handgun with 1 magazine that contained 5 live rounds of 9mm ammunition. Now, upon further check of the area, reports say police also discovered a brown paper bag with 8 ounces of suspected marijuana. Now, the driver of the vehicle is now in police custody and is assisting with this investigation. In other news, it has been an issue for over 4 years, and tonight the battle between condo owner and association continues. Megan Shepard fills us in.
Condo owner at Rumkey Villas Roderick Smith says he's been living in his unit for 5 years and experiencing issues for 2 of those years. He says each time he experienced an issue, all involving water problems, he's taken up with the condominium association, and each time he was given an excuse.
Right now I'm out of pocket of over $9,000, and to date they yet to give me a cent. They saying they're not responsible for it. All right. First it was my kitchen. They claimed it was the apartment upstairs. Come to find out, it was a clogged gutter. They didn't give me any compensation. Next, it was my bathroom. They found it was the main drain from the whole building. They didn't compensate me. Now, there was a water leak in the ceiling. Open up the walls. I mean, mold and mildew, I mean, it's staggering.
Smith's latest issue involves a mold issue in his bathroom. He says he has been living with the exposed mold for a number of days and is looking for resolution from the association.
They opened that up to fix the water leak. But when I came home on Tuesday, I saw they were about to close it up. Close it up, I mean, with mold and mildew, staggering. When I raised hell about it, they stopped work from Tuesday. So, like, almost as if I'm not a human being living in here. So, right now, I'm asking this association to fix my place.
Now, when our ZNS News team arrived to the condo, we immediately noticed the scent of the mold, and it became stronger as he moved deeper into the condo. Smith says he brought in 2 professionals to conduct an analysis of the situation in his home.
Based on what I'm seeing so far, I've been there for a long period of time. Because all of the insulation inside is already wet up, all of the rock sheet is already wet up inside there. And just standing here talking to you now, that's affecting me. My head then started hurting, my throat then started itching, all because of that. So the cleanup process is all of the old stuff got to be removed, all of the insulation, all of the rock sheet, all have to be removed. And then it has to be cleaned down with bleach and water to start killing off of some of the bacteria stuff inside it, and then put new insulation, new rock sheet, new Durock.
It can cause a number of issues, mostly respiratory type issues. You can have issues such as sore throat. Some people end up with persistent type of coughing, headaches, burning eyes. A lot of the issues tend to be allergy type issues, but some of these can be very extreme.
Davis says based on his findings, he does not recommend that Smith live in those conditions for a long period of time.
My next step is to give them another day or two to tell me what the decision is in terms of having everything done to my satisfaction. And if they don't, I would have to then do it myself and give them a bill for it. But I cannot live in this kind of environment. It's already made me sick, and I'm only going to get worse.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Now, President of the Board of Directors, Brian Cawley, issued a statement in response to the claims of Roderick Smith. The statement says Smith was told that the board was willing to repair all the damaged and wet sheetrock in the front bathroom and that all materials necessary for the repairs were already purchased. Now, the board also decided to treat and fog the walls in the bathroom in order to stop the mold from coming back. The Board of Directors wished to advise that at no time was Mr. Smith asked to pay for any expense relative to the above and would not wish any owner to live under mold-infested conditions. The statement says the board awaits permission from Mr. Smith so that they can continue with repairs to his apartment. Well, that's a look at stories making news. Actually, yeah, there's more news when we return. Stay with us.